I can
Yes.
imagine in the 60s, 70s, I'm sure things changed a lot more in the 80s, but
Hmm. Yeah.
there seemed to just not, from my understanding of that
Uh-huh.
time in history, just not a lot to do because everybody was married. And so
Yes.
you couldn't even go anywhere.
Yes.
Travel was too expensive. Like there
Hmm.
weren't a lot of restaurants, not a lot of things coming
Hmm.
up. But now in this day and age, like
Yeah.
again, I live in Barcelona, and there are plenty of people that are single in my age at
Yeah.
the 40s. But you could
Yeah.
like you can travel with your friends very very easily. You can go to the beach. You can join a art
Yes.
class. You can join a dance class. Like there is just so many things to do and to meet other people that
Hmm.
I think it is easier to flourish if you're. And I
Yes.
think it should increase the bar of why people should want to get married, because
Absolutely.
before, if being single was so isolative and
Hmm.
so miserable
Yes.
and boring, then like, well, like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
having arguments with this person is
Yeah.
still better than this. But now I think we strive towards a really great collaborative relationships, and if that's not like that, well, then
Uh-huh.
the option to be single is pretty great.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know what? There's something that sounds like what you're saying that I hear a lot. People say, "Well, it's better to be single than to wish you were," or "It's better to be single than to be in a bad romantic relationship." But for people who are single at heart, people like me who are powerfully drawn to single life, single is better, period. I don't even want to be in a good romantic relationship or marriage. To me, the risk, and to other people who are single at heart, the risk isn't what we would miss if we did not organize our lives around a romantic partner. It would be what we would miss if we did.
that's tremendous. Let's dive a little deeper into that. So,
Yeah,
what do you think being, and let's use an idealized marital
yeah,
relationship.
yeah,
You guys
sure.
get along really well. You
Uh
support
huh.
each other to live independent
Right,
lives, but
right,
you happen to cohabitate.
right.
What do you think in that environment you would miss out on?
Um, I think my freedom to create my own life and have my solitude and be able to spend as much time as I want with as many different people as I want without thinking that some, partner is home thinking that time belongs to them. But
Right.
what really persuaded me, and I worried about this, because I have never been in a long-term romantic relationship. So, what really persuaded me that single at heart is a thing, and it's not just that, we haven't met the right person or had the great experiences or whatever, is the people who told me their life stories, who did meet the one, the people who found someone they loved and who loved them. They have no complaints about their partner. But being married, being in a committed romantic relationship just didn't feel right. And there was one person, her name is Jennifer, whose story I told in Single at Heart. And she said her husband, or the person that wanted to marry her, kept saying, um, well, if we married, what are your reservations? And she would say, well, I want to travel. And he would say, well, we can travel. Even if we have kids, we can travel. And she said to me, but that's not what she wants. She wants to go off
Right.
on her own. And the kind of life he was describing didn't work. And other people told me they actually did marry and it didn't work out, and they kept thinking, well, it wasn't the right person, so they try someone
Right.
else, and then they try someone else. And one of the things I'm trying to do with my Single at Heart book and my other writings is to make people aware of the fact that some people really do flourish when they are single and they live a more fulfilling, meaningful life when they're single. And if they try to fit themselves into the married mold that they're expected to want and to crave and to cling to, it's just not going to work. Like one person said, it's kind of like having shoes that don't fit. They're never comfortable.
Oh man, some people just like being barefoot.